I need to understand why people on the internet are up in arms about this dress, and I need you to help me, my lovely body language buddies. I began seeing this dress everywhere, and not gonna lie, it caught my attention for some reason, and I said, well, there's some kind of raw milkmaid dress. Well, the last time I saw some kind of uproar, or actual uproar about a dress, was that dress that was like black and blue, or golden, and you know that dress that was really controversial. And now we have this. I tried to I asked Grok about what was the brouhaha about this dress. The raw milkmaid dress has sparked a significant discussion on X due to its unique branding and marketing approach by the conservative women's magazine Evie. Here's an overview of the discussion. We are talking about conservative women, and since, let's say, my show is pretty much about conservative values and that right-winger Latino, how I'm called by the libtards, then I consider that I should cover this. Branded and designed, the dress, named the Raw Milkmaid Dress, is marketed with a nod to traditional femininity and conservative values, drawing inspiration from 17th century European dairy maids. I'm going to read this, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to change here and show you the dress itself, so you can keep this in your screen while I keep reading the description of Grog. However, the term raw, the term raw, combined with the provocative styling of the dress, including elements like a corseted bodice, cinched waist, and a leg slit, has led to a mix of interpretations. Critics argue that the name of and marketing visuals are more suggestive or even fetishistic than one would expect from a brand promoting traditional conservative womanhood. What do you think about this? I'm keeping an eye on your comments. I'm going to read your comments in real time. She is beautiful. You're right, Claudette. She is beautiful. Libtards, my favorite Jesus word. I don't know if I can make an emoji with that word. I don't know if YouTube is gonna frown upon me. If I had a lady, I'd buy her one. Wolf Blitzer, you have an amazing taste. I concur. Where's the milk? Where's the milk? That's the big question. I was asking myself that question. Where is the milk? I have some ideas of where the milk is. But well, I continue with Grok's assessment. Conservative critique. Some in the conservative community, particularly those who advocate for traditional or tradwife values, which tradwife is those TikToks or Instagram posts that you see of I don't know, women tending to the garden, or baking their own bread, or sewing their own dresses. I don't know. It's like this. It is nice, I guess. It's like it's a trend that is women in these activities that look are very healthy in many ways. Okay, have expressed discomfort or outright criticism. I don't know what they were expecting. Maybe they were expecting a turtleneck or something. Oh, she's showing too much. Where's the link? You want? Oh, I should have included an affiliate link. This dress, as my understanding, is $180. $180. I should have a. Maybe I should repost this as a video and include an affiliate link. Yes. Anyone offended by the word raw needs a therapist. There are many people offended by everything. The name Raw Milkmaid Dress is seen by some as overly sexualized. Raw Milkmaid Dress. The name raw milkmaid dress is seen by some as overly sexualized. I mean, what are we in? What year is this? What century is this? I'm pretty sure she never milked a cow in her life. Oh my God. We should have a Jesus Enrique Rosas show, night show, late night show, really uncensored show. But no, I'm not going to say what I was thinking. Jesus, the link for membership, you should go for the subscribe link, where the subscribe link is. If you want to become a member of the Jesus Enrique Rosas channel, you go for the subscribe link and you will see a join right next to it. A join button, and there is the link to become a member of the... Yeah, this is not the 1970s. This is not the 1970s. Is this illegal to drink raw milk? Many people want raw milk legalized. Yeah, we could have a red light show, Bobcat, but I don't know if that would be appropriate, because but part of this is like, I'm always a gentleman and I just go to one line and never cross that line. You know that the idea is not crossing that line. I don't want to give the wrong impression, which contradicts the conservative ethos of dressing modestly and focusing on family values rather than personal allure. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to go back to here, but I need to focus on this lady here, the raw milkmaid dress. I'm going to tell you what are some of my values, and something that could be controversial for some. But as an artist, I'm sometimes asked, Jesus, what do you think about, what is your take on beauty? Well, my take on beauty is something that people can be objectively beautiful. We always say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but we can 100% know when a person is beautiful. And I am tired of pretending we can. And we are going to be talking later. I'm going to do the comparison. I don't care. We're going to be talking about later about another topic. And I just showed you this. So we get this out of the way. People can be objectively beautiful. Oh no, the real beauty is actually inside. Wait a second. Let's say that we have two dimensions of being beautiful. You have one type of beauty outside, one type of beauty inside. So you can have like a diagram of 4 squares, okay? There are people that are beauty in the outside and beauty in the inside, people that are beauty in the outside, people that are ugly in the inside, people that are ugly in the outside, people that are beautiful in the inside, and people that are ugly outside, and people that are ugly in the inside. It's not that hard, but it's a raw simplification of the matter. But this woman is objectively beautiful, and any hot-blooded man that disagrees, oh, she is. I can imagine those Reddit mods on the internet say, oh, she's a 5 or 6 at most, or something like that. You know, those stupid things. She's objectively beautiful, and I think one of my values, I'm gonna talk like in a personal way. One of my values, especially as an artist, is like I value what is beautiful. I value not only when people are beautiful, but when I see beautiful architecture, which is important for me. I think that art, for example, has to be a celebration of what is beautiful. I like modern art in ways that, okay, this is something that is funny, okay, or that disrupts my line of things. And I find myself with the same mental patterns, and I like to go to modern art museums. I love modern art museums, not because the art is good, because the art precisely is not good. It's ugly. It's all over the place. But that breaks, that shakes me out of my current line of thinking. Maybe gives me new ideas, and I like to go to more classical beauty art galleries to, well, remember what is beautiful. Okay, that is important. So I think this is misleading. This is misleading because what we see in these revolutionaries, these Democrats, these libtards, is that they want to deconstruct whatever beauty is, and they want to say that everything, no matter what, no matter who you are beautiful. No, you're not. You have to be realistic. We have to be realistic about this. There's people that are beautiful, people that are ugly. There's no way around that. We need to stop pretending. Stop pretending about it. Oh, you are going to hurt the sensibilities of people, but get over it. Get over it. It's that simple. It's if you're not going to win a beauty pageant, a contest, then that's okay. That's not your thing. That's perfectly okay. Just go onto another endeavor, maybe intellectual endeavor. That's okay. And maybe people who want to go for intellectual endeavors couldn't care less about how they look. That's another thing. But it seems that when we talk about beauty, oh no, that is a taboo term. You cannot say that somebody is beautiful and another person is ugly. No. Wait a second. People can be objectively beautiful. And we have two kinds of beauty: external beauty and internal beauty. As simple as that. As simple as that. So you do it, you think about that way, and maybe you can say, well, yeah, maybe this is not the right dress to go to church. That could be one thing. Maybe the top is a bit too revealing. Depends of where you're going to wear it. And depends, of course, of the assets of the woman. In this case, she feels the dress quite nicely. But in the end, it has to do with the concept of what we deem beautiful, what we deem for sexy, and what do we deem for, what are the values that we stand for. And I stand for beauty in every single form, and objective beauty. Oh no, that Picasso painting is beautiful. Bullshit. No Picasso painting is beautiful, like in the least. That is the greatest lie. It could be innovative. The only way that I admire Picasso is because he was the greatest marketer of his era, making people really believe that his paintings were clever or interesting or whatever. His paintings are hideous. Let's get over. Oh, let's put a name to that. Cubism, genius, absolute genius, a marketing genius, not a painting genius. He was a genius painting, of course. He was a prodigy from a very early age, but his paintings, his cubist paintings, no. The only painting that I would say is worth naming is the Guernica, because it depicts war, and war is ugly and hideous. The painting is ugly and hideous, so it fits. But in general, no, those paintings are ugly. Nobody's gonna tell me otherwise. Again, a marketing genius, Picasso, but that is not beauty. And we need to celebrate what is beautiful. And yes, people can be beautiful in the outside, and we need to realize that something that is a fact of life. And if maybe you don't feel that you're beautiful on the outside, there are many things that we can do. Like, for example, I can dress nicely, right? That's something that I can do. I know that I'm not going to win any beauty pageants either, but I make sure to get a fresh haircut, to try to shave clean, okay? Do my part, right? But nice lighting and all that stuff to present myself as this what I do to my lovely audience is trying to, well, put like express my ideas and my points of view with my ambience. Okay, I try to present myself in an aesthetic way because I think that my lovely audience deserves that. So I think this represents that, and yes, of course, it's absolutely sexy, and we could say voluptuous, and not to mention, I haven't even mentioned her facial expression, which is rather suggestive, very suggestive, and it's part of the marketing, very well done. But this is important. Is the concept behind that? Either way, I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. And wow, I've seen your comments. I'm seeing your comments, and yes, I agree with most of them. Samantha cannot find the emojis. Have you tried reloading your browser?